viewers, this is your boy Political Hamzy. If you like this content, please click the like button, the subscription button, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. As you know, we're going to keep it nice and sweet, short and simple, talking all things Nigeria. Today's topic is it's rather controversial. Has President Bola Tinubu's administration failed? People might say, look, it's too soon to start talking about failure, that we need to give him enough time, that he has policies in place and we need to watch what happens. But the problem, I say, is that it's easy for people who are supporters of Bola Tinubu to say, look, he's doing well, because what they do, they bring the policies, shows what's happening on paper. But what's happening on paper is far much different than what's happening on the ground. On paper, it seems everything is going on fine. It seems that we've already tackled the problem of insecurity and things are getting better, which in reality it is not. And why I say President Bola Tinubu's government has failed, there were warning signs, there were red flags right from his initial campaign. He came up to say, look, I want to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Gave no meaningful manifesto, no meaningful policies. The only argument he had was that it's my turn. And supporters of Bola Tinubu, they've told us, oh, let's look at what he's done for Lagos State. But I'm like, can that actually be a benchmark? What Governor Bola Ahmed did for Lagos State when he was a governor, is it more than what Wike has done? What Wike did for River State as a governor? No. But would we vote for Wike as president? No. What Bola Tinubu did for Lagos State as a governor, is it more than what Akpabio did when he was governor of Akwa Ibom State? No. And even when you look at what did Bola Tinubu actually do for Lagos State, did he build schools? Did he provide healthcare? Did they build infrastructure, water, drainage, sewage? None of these. Did they provide Lagos State with electricity? None of these. Nothing was done. The only thing Bola Tinubu did was to put the area boys in check. That's all. And as I said, we saw red flags, but we refused to take note of the red flags. Number one was tribalism. We saw during his campaign people affiliated with Bola Tinubu, they were promoting tribalistic policies, tribalistic agendas. Mr. Bola Tinubu said nothing about that. We saw that. Even when they said, look, let's have a debate, President Bola Tinubu could not come out and debate. Now he went to Chatham House. After the whole thing at Chatham House, whereby you sit down and answer questions from the gallery, he could not even answer questions. He had to turn to Governor El Rufai to answer questions. And I'm like, is Governor El Rufai, is he the right man to be your spokesman? The man, when he was governor of Kaduna State, there were killings that went on unchecked in southern Kaduna. He could not provide southern Kaduna with security. This was a man who was accused of being a religious bigot. So we saw all these flags and we refused to ignore it. Now President Bola Tinubu is now there. You saw how long it took and the negotiations that went through before they said, look, minimum wage is 70,000 naira. But you need to ask yourself, minimum wage 70,000 naira. When minimum wage was 30,000 naira, they were not paying. Tell me how states and the government will pay these people 70,000 naira. Now you've increased minimum wage to 70,000 naira, but you've now increased the price of fuel. So now that minimum wage, the purchasing power is zero. I was even reading somewhere, the government distributing rice, selling it at subsidized rate, 40,000 naira if you come with your NIN. So basically you're selling bag of rice, 40,000 naira. Minimum wage is 70,000 naira. That means he's left with 30,000 naira. He's yet to buy cooking oil, palm oil. He's yet to buy ingredients. He hasn't paid his house rent, no transportation yet, school fees for kids, and miscellaneous that comes up. So that 70,000 naira is useless. And our president said, look, it's inevitable that we have to increase the price of petrol because of the economic situation. And I look at them, I'm like, you're telling people to buckle up. You're telling people, let's go through the hard times so we can enjoy the good times. But it wasn't hard for you with the economic situation in Nigeria for you guys to say, look, the president needs a new private jet. It wasn't hard for you to acquire bulletproof cars and luxury vehicles for House of Assembly members, the president, and even his wife. It wasn't hard for them to say, look, we need to spend X amount of billions to finish up quarters for the vice president. Anytime it comes to the people, it is always hard to find money. You're telling us always tighten our belts, but when it comes to the lawmakers and the people in power, it's never difficult for them. It is not right. We vote for you to look after us, to protect our interests and the interests of Nigeria, but the only thing they do is protect their own interest. That's all they do. Nothing has really changed. The insecurity is even getting worse. Just that Nigerians have now gotten so used to it that the insecurity, the killings, the kidnappings, we look at it as an everyday occurrence, which is not meant to be. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has gotten there. What is the way forward? How are you going to tackle lack of power in Nigeria? How are you going to tackle the deficit of infrastructure, security? No direction, no policies whatsoever. And the worst part is that we have a National Assembly which is meant to be for the people, but Nigeria, what we have a government whereby there's no separation between the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu claims to be a Democrat, but now we can't even protest. You protest, you're now put into prison, saying that, look, this is sabotage, you're a terrorist. Is this democracy? Is this what we voted for? It's like our president has no direction. He has no clue of what he wants to do, how to do it, and how to implement all these things. He's just clueless. It's like they're going along. They're just figuring it out as they go along. You see, we watch campaigns outside Nigeria, and we always see that when a person vies for the post of the president, before he comes in, he already has his economic team. They already have their economic blueprint, their roadmap, how they're going to do things for the next 4 years and the next 8 years. But with Nigeria, there's no blueprint, there's no roadmap. It's like every day as a new problem comes, they decide how do we tackle it. They never look ahead. But people, we are stuck where we are, and we are where we are due to tribalism and religious bigotry. Because now all those people saying, yes, we want him because he's our brother, he's a Yoruba man, he's this, he's that, they're all suffering like everybody else. Insecurity, poverty, it doesn't know tribe, it doesn't know religion. Nigeria is a failed state in every aspect. You see, there's certain things as a leader and as a government you need to provide for your people. First and foremost is security. Second is shelter, healthcare, and infrastructure. These 4 basic things, we're not even talking about education now. Let's add education. These 5 basic things, what can we boast of that the government has provided and they're focusing on and they're trying to improve on? None. It's government for them, by them, and of them. We, the Nigerian people, we deserve better. We deserve more. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's not lost his way, he's not lost his direction, because he never had a clue from the start. Things are getting worse. People are suffering. People are hungry. People are really hungry. It's like when you keep reading the papers, we're trying to talk about how to move Nigeria forward and how to move Nigerians forward. You now hear people in House of Senate saying, look, it's 21 million naira a month we used to run our office. And you're like, all this money, it's never a problem to find it for them. But it's a problem to find it for the people. It's a problem to find this money and utilize our resources to move the nation forward. It's like all the resources that is called Nigerian or for Nigerians, it's for them. And you have some people, they have the audacity talking about the next election. Are we even going to survive till the next election? We were complaining that President Muhammadu Buhari is the worst president we've ever had in the history of Nigeria. And there comes Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is worse than Buhari. He's yet to even stay 2 years in office. See what is happening. Imagine 4 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and another 4 years, making it 8 years. What would happen to this nation called Nigeria? Corruption has gone through the roof. EFCC, they're not even bothered, because you remember, EFCC, they're put there by the president. So they're there to do his bidding. It's gone through the roof. Nobody is bothered with corruption. It's part of the fabric of this nation called Nigeria. And it's only going to get worse, people. It is only going to get worse. Why? Why is it so? We see at EFCC, they're picking up people from universities, saying because they have laptops, they're doing fraud. And you're like, we have people in government out there stealing the resources. It's because of their actions. These young boys have gone into fraud, but nobody is arresting them. Nobody is putting them in jail, because either they're members of APC, the ruling party, or they're friends of the ruling party. As I always say, and I keep on repeating this every week, every time I record this Political Hamzy, I say the only people that can change the narrative, the only people that can change the situation of Nigeria is if we unite and stand as one voice. And that's the fear. That's why they keep dividing us based on tribe and religion, because they know if we stand up united, we will change it. We will get them out of power, and we'll make sure they have to do the job they elected for. This is your boy Political Hamzy. Do have a nice week. Thank you.